All right, guys, we're getting there. We're getting there. Probably half of it's decked right now. Clouds are always coming from. Over there it's sunny. Sometimes most of it moves from that area over us, so maybe we are going to get passed over. We are racing. All right, guys, we worked late at 7:30 and we just finished. We actually ran out. These aren't even in yet. We just set those down because they got to be cut. But we ran out. We need 2 more boards to go up against the house, and we're done. So we'll have to order those. Too short, but it's enough for me to start. I can fiddle with the roof now because I have full access to this deck here and in and out the front door now, so everything's cool. Nice. All right, guys, today a lot of figuring for the up top part. Then once we got that, we put that ledger board across the house, and then started on putting our beam on the outside there. And then there'll be 2x4s going across from each of those, and that'll create the ceiling where the ceiling will hang from, those 2x4s. So, and then the next step would be doing the rafters that go up just under those windows up there, and that'll create the 312 pitch for the roof. All right, guys, after a day of work yesterday, today is Sunday the 2nd, and we got another section of the ceiling done. So we have actually just 2 sections left. So we're gonna try to do those this afternoon, see how far we get. And then out on the porch, a couple projects going at once, that one, and of course our porch project where we got our beam. We just got to finish it down there. We had an engagement, dinner plans with some friends the other night, so didn't get quite as done as we wanted. But as soon as I finish that beam and straighten it, all the kinks out, because the wood is somewhat bent a little, and we just got to work it a little bit better, but we'll get it in there and straight. I'll put a board across there, and then one across out in front here, and then I can start making some rafters. And as I do my rafters across here, I'll also bring a 2x4 across here to create the ceiling eventually for the, but the roof will be at an angle. So about 3 feet up, right under the windows up there, there's another ledger board that'll create the rafter. So we'll get that probably later this week after I work a couple of days.
Yes, I'll come back
All right, guys, a big progress maker. That is insulated. Now we have to go back, and wherever you see one of these little pieces that was just to hold it up while we were working it, I want to put a full piece about every 2 feet, so that we have kind of a grid system when we do hang the tongue and groove up here. So, but we got that all done today, so big thing off the list. Morning, guys. Couple 3 days at work, and now we're back at it. Actually, Shannon painted the bedroom. She's feeling a lot better, and she painted the bedroom yesterday. And right now she's vacuuming. You can hear the shop vac in the living area. And her and her friend Anita, our friend Anita, is gonna come over and help her paint the living room, which is the big 20-foot walls. So they're getting ready. I am gonna continue on the porch building. I got a little bit more of, as you know, we put a double beam up here, but it's only single right the last like 5 feet or something we didn't get to. So I'm gonna stick that up. Then I want to straighten it, make sure a measurement from the house out to this beam is the exact same all the way down, and then I can start thinking about putting rafters up. And I'm going to put 2x4s underneath to create the eventual ceiling up there on the porch. So that's what I'm going to get to right now. So come join us. Let's get to work. Beautiful day. Sun's just coming up over the mountain. All right, guys, yesterday we had to really work on this beam. Well, I did. Shannon and her friend painted the whole living room, or just about the whole thing, so the great room. So that was good. I'd show it to you, but it's pretty neutral color. You're not even going to be able to pick it up probably on the film here. So, but what I did is just made sure this was nice and even across. I got to put some screws in still. And then I started getting my line for that is the top where the rafters start and come down for the roof pitch. And I got that line squared away, and we'll start. We just had to buy more lumber this morning. So we got our 3 more deck pieces that we were missing. So we'll finish that up. A couple pieces of wood here. And then I got some 2x4s here that'll start stringing the ceiling along. So we'll start getting after it here. And hopefully I have time to show you. Didn't yesterday because there was a lot going on. I was up and down ladders all day, and Shannon and her friend were in there painting and stuff. All right, we're finished. We got a little bit of a gap, a little larger than we thought, but we think when the siding goes on there, there's some little bit of shimming underneath that we can bring that siding out just at that point to make it perfect, but we're pretty happy with it. Across the front door. And what you really notice is I'm walking and it's quiet, no creaking. So far so good. I like this Trek stuff. Guys, both boards are up, and tomorrow we can start making rafters that'll go from there, hang over this beam, and create that roof line there, here. Morning, guys. We got 2 rafters up and we think we know what to do. So it should go quicker today. Yesterday was just a lot of, you know, little odds and ends and stuff to get these rafters to work. We have only done, let's see, the roof, the main roof of the house and the other roof. That's it. So rafters always knock us. Watch a couple of videos, do a bunch of math, and try to get it right. And you want it to lay against that ledger board perfectly. So we were fighting it. And then the bird's mouth that gets cut where it leans onto the outer wall, or in this case, the beam that's going across to form the porch, always gives us a little hassle too, but we think we got it. Shannon scared the heck out of me yesterday when she looked and went out in the field out there and looked at both roofs together and thought that this roof was 6 inches off. So we came in, got measurements, and we're within 3/4 of an inch on the roofs on either side. So I think we're good. So it just looks different. I mean, the angle looks the same, but having an open porch as opposed to a closed-in house on the other side here just, I think, throws it off. Plus that roof already has metal on it, 5/8 OSB that's going to go on here, sheeting, so it'll make it a little bit higher. But putting those all together, I think we're within an inch of the same roof line and stuff, so good about that. And today we're going to start putting blocks in between. These are going to be 2 foot on center. They're 2x8s, so they're the heavier rafter like we did on the other side. This main roof up here is 2x6, 16 on center. It went a lot easier because it's lighter, but this is okay to do a shed roof. I don't mind. You can get to it from a ladder and stuff. We don't need to set up scaffolding. So we're gonna start plugging stuff in and get to it. Get a couple more done today, and we'd like to get a heater, one of the heaters up, the Cove heaters in the bedroom up today. So we'll see how we do on that. We got ourselves about half, maybe a third roof, I'll put it at. Was hoping to have all the rafters done. I got to work the next couple of days, but you know, it just goes slower measuring, but we seem to be pretty good when we set a level up there and everything, so it looks pretty good. So I'm going to call this video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Hopefully we'll finish these rafters, then we can sheet it, put the metal on, and call this a porch. All right, see you on the next one.